for the rest.
All right. Thank you, Amy. I appreciate it. Thank you, everyone, so much for taking a little bit of time to join here. Excited to be part of this great lineup of solutions. And we will have a very natural segue and pivot from tax compliance over to bills of material as we go into how CADTalk moves engineering data into Business Central here in under 2 minutes. So, going to start today just by walking a little bit through our product here, some of the things that you might have already thought about your bills of material and looking at CAD integration, what that looks like, if you have explored that before as a manufacturer, and then also maybe looking at that, take a look at the product as well, and be able to give you just a quick look at what that means for you moving forward. So we'll go ahead and dive right in. So what we're really talking about, I mentioned before, is our bills of material. So this is the handoff that nobody schedules. There's the engineering bill of material if you're a manufacturer that lives in your CAD system. There's the production bill of material, your routings, your work centers, all of those things that you need to get your product to the shop floor lives in Business Central. For a lot of manufacturers, that handoff is manual, and it only usually shows up after something breaks. So it's already downstream, and you're looking at production delays. You're looking at errors in your production. You're looking at lost time and money, ultimately, is what those things mean. So that handoff might look like someone taking a spreadsheet and downloading it and uploading it, but they're still entering a lot of that bill of material data by hand into that spreadsheet. Maybe they are doing what one of my colleagues likes to call the stare and compare. They have one screen up with what's in the engineering bill of material, and that's being entered in or over into Business Central manually. We see this quite often. It's pretty common that most manufacturers live in this space. There are some that have tackled the integration challenge, and maybe that integration isn't giving them all they want it to. So that's all these various parts of the journey that manufacturers live on in CAD to ERP integration. Here's where that cost actually lands. I alluded to this a little bit already. 70% of manufacturers still key in that data by hand. About a third of engineers spend their time on non-engineering work, whether that's data entry, whether that's going back to fix errors, whether that is having to figure out these bill of material changes as engineering change orders, and ultimately what that equates to for, let's say you have a 10 engineer team, we're looking at in the realm of $230,000+ in lost capacity, where those engineers could be spending time doing something else that they are being paid to do, and frankly, that they'd rather be doing than entering data manually. Most costs, like I said, show up after that data entry. The idle quotes, the delayed orders, delayed invoices, not hitting production on time. And as a manufacturer who always is dealing with tight margins, this is something that you really can't afford to deal with on a regular basis. What is that bill of material holding up, though? What are the downstream effects? Your business and your ERP relies on that bill of material. Imagine the bill of material being the strong man at the bottom of these different pillars that are being piled on top of the strong man. What's that bill of material actually holding up? It's holding up your ability to quote faster. ETO pricing in particular, we work with a lot of engineer to order manufacturers. That weights on the bill of material. The faster you get that bill of material where you can be able to use it and access it as a production ready bill of material, that's quicker quotes, that's quicker invoices. Protects your schedule. You have able to hold dates better because you're not having to wait on the fluctuations and the issues with the bill of material. You're able to absorb the change without those reworks. One revision updates all of your items, bill of materials, and routings whenever you have an integration that works for you. And you're able to trace those decisions back from your bill of material, from your routings, all the way into your CAD system. It becomes your single source of truth where all of your data is able to flow out and keep you consistently. And in the age where data is becoming maybe more important than ever with AI tools, I feel like that this is a conversation that comes up quite a lot when we talk with partners and customers right now. How does CADTalk make that call? And then I'm going to show you a little bit of what this looks like just in a live demo. So CADTalk is based on a configurable rules engine. So there are lots of integration options out there for you. And heck, maybe someone's even used Claude Code to try to vibe code their own integration. More power to you if you're able to do something like that. But CADTalk is a configurable rules engine. It's not a custom integration. It's not something that is built for each of our customers as we go through that. So the rules engine takes your business rules that you configure yourself and reads your CAD structure and then proposes that item, the bill of material, and the routing using your business's own rules. CADTalk as a platform, you have access to all the tools that CADTalk has. It's not a custom integration built for you that's going to break when there's an update. It's not a custom integration that you can't do anything with because it's all hidden behind our developers. We build this to put it in your hands as a tool, as a platform, to be able to make those calls and build CADTalk to make the calls and really become the manufacturing engineer of your business. It's able to make those smart decisions because it's based on your business rules and it's based on routing steps and what it can use there. And it gives you full control if you want it. So there is the ability to rules propose, as you see in that pipeline there, and then for the engineer to review it. And I'll show you what that looks like when we get into our demo here. Every change is reviewable before you send it to Business Central. Now, we have customers who have gotten so good at using the tool that they don't even do that. CADTalk runs completely in the background. You wouldn't even know CADTalk's a part of their tech stack, but that comes a little bit later. And it is built to last because it's configured to your rules, so it keeps working as your tools upgrade, as your Business Central upgrades, and as you continue to move along, it's scalable with your business. That's how we built it, to be able to grow and scale with your business moving forward. So let's go into that live demo. Here's what you're going to see. You're going to see some speed. You're going to see CAD data reach Business Central it's accelerated here, but it's under 2 minutes in what you're looking at. You're going to see the rules engine. You're going to see a lot of text pop up on the screen, and that's going to propose items, bills of materials, and routings. And you'll see what that looks like in visual format. And then the control that you have, even though I think that there's a misconception that when you automate, when you go into these integrations, you lose control. That's not really true. You still have the control of being able to review every change before it's written over to Business Central. So we'll go ahead and stop the share for just a moment so I can bring up our demo for you today, and then we will take a look and see what CADTalk can do for you. All right, so we'll go ahead and go into our full screen here so you can see all of this as we walk through. So this is our demo of CADTalk's integration from SolidWorks over to Business Central. We work with a number of different CAD, PDM, and PLM solutions. So if you're using a PLM as part of your tech stack for what you're doing for measuring your manufacturing changes, CADTalk has no issue with that. We integrate with most major CAD systems and a few that aren't quite so major, a little more niche. So CADTalk works like any other add-in within SolidWorks. CADTalk can exist within SolidWorks, so your engineer never has to leave the SolidWorks platform. CADTalk can also exist as its own standalone version, so it would exist just like one of those tabs at the bottom of the screen there. And as I mentioned, CADTalk can even run in the background where you never see it. So you log in using your Business Central credentials to make sure that everything is connected, and the deactivated login button there indicates that you are logged into Business Central and you're ready to go. So you start by loading your SolidWorks file so we can begin that integration. You have the option to select from multiple configurations of the product. So it says here that you have multiple bill of materials found, and this is our gear set shaft. Let's look at the 4 gear set configuration and click OK. As we do that, we see it beginning to load, and then here is the CADTalk interface that I mentioned. We have the ability to look and review that information and edit anything we need to before we actually transform this bill of material, engineering bill of material data over into a production-ready BOM. So let's zoom in and take a look at this. So the stack block here indicates an item that exists in your CAD. A gear icon indicates routings. Single block icon indicates a bill of material. All pretty straightforward. When you select a line of that bill of material, you're able to right-click the top bar, and you can view more information about that. So you can edit the field views, display quantity, all of these different options that you have available here, and this can be configurable to what you use. And so you see the configurable, you see the quantity show up there. If we toggle the item, we can see that our visible fields have changed as you go through it. You can right-click and begin to select even more fields for review. So you have access to all of this data as you go through in your CAD system. a little teaser. The thing we're working on next is being able to chat with all of this information that exists within your CAD through an AI chatbot. That's coming a little bit later, but our developers are working on that daily right now. So here's where this interface means and what all of this looks like. It's a traffic light color-coded system, red, green, and yellow. Makes sense. Red icons mean that that item doesn't exist yet in Business Central. So we're proposing creation of new items when we see those red icons. Green icons mean that already exists in Business Central. No changes are needed. Should be able to be good to go for what you need. Yellow icons indicate that the item exists, but new information is being proposed. Maybe you've got a change order that you need to go in here. So let's see what that update is in this case. It's an updated description that's being proposed by this. So we right click, we'll learn more about that. And it looks like it is the original description, and then we've added some extra information here that's going to be able to help us make decisions a little bit better. So we can go to the current description and make sure all of that is reviewed. Once we've reviewed all the information we have here, instead of having to type all this in manually, you're just doing a little review process. We hit save, and that's going to initiate our synchronization. All our icons turn green. That process takes under 2 minutes and let us know that the update is successful in Business Central. But of course, let's go check our work. We'll copy our item number, take a look in Business Central, and we'll find our product number using a filter search. We paste our item number into the filter bar here. And now you see we found our item. You can click in, see what changes have been made, select item, and you can see the item has been created. And by selecting the structure tab, you can view the bill of material. And there it is, a complete indented bill of material that's ready for production. So we'll go back and just do a little recap of what else you've seen here for CADTalk and how this can work with your manufacturing business. Let's get our screen share back up. Excellent. So one thing we want to mention with CADTalk as you're going through this, and this doesn't necessarily have to be the case, but this is something for whether you're evaluating Business Central as an ERP solution, whether you are looking at Business Central as something you've already brought into your tech stack, and maybe you're looking at an upgrade, or maybe you're looking at adding some things in, or you're a partner who's looking to explore a CAD integration solution like CADTalk. Our recommendation is when CAD to production bottlenecks appear, bring Business Central and bring CADTalk into that conversation from the start. We're a strong fit with engineer-to-order shops, any CAD-driven bill of materials, any manufacturers with frequent changes. The more complexity in your bill of material, the more CADTalk is going to be able to do for you. Or if you're seeing those bottlenecks appear as one person or a group of people, that can look like an engineer who's having to enter that data manually. That can look like a recent conversation I had where an entire operations team of 4 people was entering all of that data. That's a lot of power spent on entering data. And so it doesn't have to be that way. And so CADTalk can go in and be able to work with your business needs to accomplish that goal. Next steps for you if you are interested in moving forward. Thank you so much for taking a little bit of time to listen to our presentation today. You can obviously go in and book a live demo with us that will go deeper with your data, your specific scenario, because I know that if you have any engineers on the call, that matters. And so we get that. We're definitely able to look at your data there as we go into a live demo. You can also obviously reach out to us with any questions. That's the sales email there, but you can certainly reach out to me as well. You can find me on LinkedIn and reach out there. You can find out via email, just my first name, John, last name, Thomas at cadtalk.com. And we would love to be able to walk through helping solve this problem for you.